If you are a fresher or junior planning engineer and you are trying to crack your first job opportunity as a planner or scheduler in Gulf region or as a freelancer, then there are many confusions in your mindset what to say in the job interview, how to win your job interviews, how to convert your job interview calls into offer letters. Then stop worrying. I'm here to help you people that how to crack this job interview opportunity into offer letter. Well, stay there till the end of today's video because I'm going to disclose the complete secret strategy which I have been coaching to 10,000 plus students and who successfully got the results. Before getting into the detail of today's video, I would request you people that subscribe this channel so that in future if I'm gonna make any video relevant to skills, career or anything which is going to help you to benefit you about your career, you will get that link on time. Well, my name is Engineer Waqas Ahmed and I'm a coach for project planning control, for career coaching and all that. And I have been working for 15 years in the field as a planning engineer and planning manager in Gulf region on international projects, right? So in this video, I'm going to train you people who are juniors, who are on the edge to start their career as a planning engineer, as a scheduling engineer in EPC industry, in construction management, in plant shutdown industry, right? So stay there till the end of today's video because the strategy I'm going to share with you is going to get you 100% job offers by the end of job interviews, right? But here I'm going to highlight few margins which planning engineers at junior level are carrying with themselves. When you are going to enter into job interview room, you have to care about these 3 points. Before appearing or showing up in job interview, you have to carefully read those job ad descriptions for which company is going to hire you. Most of the time, junior planners are only in the rush, in quick, and they forget what company actually demand, right? This is very important thing. Twice you have to make this, read out all that job description, right? The first thing. The second thing, you have to go through your resume twicely before entering into that job interview room because you might be possible forget some points and all that. So it is very important secret tip which you have to do. A lot of time people are very confident they have know about their, but at the last moment this is must to do step. And number 3, when they are going to ask you any question, you have to answer with a mindset that you are going to add value if they are going to hire you. So this kind of mindset is going to get you the winning position. Now I'm going to give you another tip. Like as a junior planning engineer, if you are going to be part of any job interview, there is a flexibility and relaxation because in this capacity, when you are going to join any company as a junior planning engineer, companies are not going to expect too much things from your side. You are not gonna be playing a role, a decision maker. They need a valuable asset, right? They have a potential to train you. They are going to judge your personality through your communication skills, through your introduction, through your value addition answers, and they need a valuable person, right? You are only doing their assistance job role, right? So at this moment, my tip, like you have to be very fluent in your communication skills, in your introduction, journal things. Now, rest of the thing is gonna base on technical question answers as well, which I'm gonna share with you step by step. As a junior planning engineer, first of all, recruiter is going to ask you general questions. If you are going to succeed in answering those general questions successfully, then they are going to proceed you with the technical, more depth oriented questions, right? Like the first question might be possible, why do you want to work as a planning engineer? They want to listen you because this is the first thing. They can judge your personality. What is behind this mindset? You are going to work as a planning engineer, so your answer should be like that. A planning engineer, I'm gonna start this job role as a junior planning engineer, and I can visualize after certain number of years I can work as a project manager, like maybe 5 years later on, 6 years later on. And a planning engineer is most relevant to the reporting, and I'm too much good in reporting, in management oriented things, right? So let them realize you are one step ahead, like you have already sorted about your career and you are more into those things to perform about this job description. So just give your idea, your inner self idea to them that they should take it as a positive that this guy is one step ahead. Then they are going to ask you about, because Primavera P6 is a PMIS tool, project management information system tool. When you are being interviewed as a planning engineer, this is very important thing that they are going to ask you Primavera P6. Do you know about Primavera P6? So of course, at the same time, when you're claiming that you have already visualized project planning engineering job career for next 10 years, then how come it may possible that you don't know about the Primavera P6? So your second question is going to support your first question as well. So Primavera P6 is basically a software, PMIS, project management information system. So if you have no idea about Primavera P6, I will give you an opportunity to know more about Primavera P6 in my upcoming live free masterclass. Even though there is one link on my this side, you can click that link and you can watch the complete basic ideology of Primavera P6. So Primavera P6 is basically a PMIS, project management information system. This is a software in which you are going to incorporate the data of your project, building construction project, road construction, MEP, oil and gas, pipeline, your complete project management data, your product oriented data, that how building strategy will be executed, how much time it is going to take. So everything will be incorporated into this software, and this software is going to prepare for you project schedule, where there are requirement plans, your manpower requirement plans are there, your cash flows, your strategies, your critical path method. So Primavera P6 is a software which is going to perform every project planning and scheduling and tracking services for you. Meanwhile, your recruiter or job interviewer is going to add one more question. If you are going to show them that I have been recently working on a project and I have 1 or 2 years of experience, then they are going to ask you what were the salient features, like when your recent project was started, finished, what is the, like if that was a road construction project, they are going to ask you what was the length, width, how many lanes were there, how much the quantity for the earth fill, right? If the building construction project, they can ask you the salient features, how much steel was used there, right? So you have to prepare these questions about in terms of salient features, and then they can land on this job interview question, which is gonna impact too much on your job interview, like what kind of reports you have been preparing in your recent company. So you have to come up like, I'm aware of DPRs, daily progress report. I'm responsible to collect data from site team and to verify is that data is correct or is there any error, right? And I was supposed to assist in weekly progress reports. I was supposed to assist in earned value management, data collection and monthly progress reports as well, right? So these reports are actually the major reports in any construction projects or any other oil and gas projects, right? So far till now, it was superb. Like if you got each and everything and you are understanding the things from the perspective of project planning, scheduling, and you are in the position to explain your project, your visions and all that, it is superb. But onward, in the rest part of this session, I'm going to explain the technicalities. Might be possible recruiter is going to touch those points. There are definitions, there are process oriented things, there are abbreviations. You must understand all of those parts as well, because they are not only asking you about the things in generic way, they are also going to get into the depth, abbreviations, field oriented things, right? So the first thing they can come up as a junior planner capacity job interview, they might ask you that what is the difference between project and operations. I have explained all of these things in my full training, project planning control, and if you want to get that training, you can write in the comment section area. You can enroll in my upcoming live free masterclass, which is free of cost, and later on you can decide either you want to go through that training. That is too much valuable, and I have trained like maybe 10,000 plus people across the globe in last 7 years, right? And the difference between project and operation is like project is one time task, it is temporary task, it is having unique output, whereas operation is after once you are going to deliver your project, like your refinery was under construction, that was a project, your road was under construction, that was a project, but once it's done, it is handed over to the client. Now it will be under the operation and maintenance phase. You have to make it reliable for the rest of the its lifetime. like refinery is now refining the crude oil into jet oil or kerosene oil or diesel. So daily operation and maintenance, that phase is called operation phase, where the major features are identical outputs and repetitive tasks. So there, that is a major difference between project and operation. Then there are popular questions which can be asked to the junior planning engineer. What is project management? Project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools and techniques to complete your project successfully. That is the definition of your project management. And might be this recruiter is going to ask you another question: what is project life cycle? Project management can be divided into 5 process groups, like initiate phase, planning phase, execution phase, monitoring and control, and closing phase. What are project management knowledge areas? So if you are going to implement project management on your building, pipeline, road, MEP, or any other project, right? So there are certain project management knowledge areas like scope management, time management, cost management, resource management, procurement management, stakeholder management, integration management, risk management, communication management, quality management. So memorize all of these things as a junior planner, that all these things will be implemented across the your product of building, road, pipeline, to implement project management. So the next question is PMIS, project management information system. So that is software like Primavera P6, whatever software you are going to use for your project. It can be like Microsoft project, it can be Excel, it can be Primavera P6. So PMIS means project management information system. So the next thing is, what is difference between project information and project report? Information is something processed on the documents, that like from site team you are conveyed that this much quantity has been excavated, or this much welding joint has been done so far, and that is on the document, that is information. But when this information will be compared to another data, like there is a planning data, there is site data, when these two type of data will be compared with each other to find out the project status, that will be called project report. Then there is question, what is WBS? WBS actually stands for work breakdown structure. So here I'm going to share with you a sample project where I can show you this is WBS. So when you want to answer this question, it should be coming from your, the way you are expert into these things, even as a junior. Like work breakdown structure, just first explain the abbreviation. It stands for work breakdown structure, and it comes under scope management. Don't jump directly onto the definition. It comes under scope management because scope management means that all those processes under which you have to document a right project work template, right? How much work you have to deliver on site. So everything should be on a certain template. That is scope management. Further, in scope management, you have to implement work breakdown structure technique to segregate your project into different kind of components like design. Here, as per your project nature, you have to divide your project into different kind of phases, so that this is called project top to down template. You are going to divide your project higher level information into smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and you have to achieve at work package level. And also memorize different WBS level names like control account or phase level WBS. Then your planning packages WBS levels are discipline level, zone level, product level, sub zone level, and work package level, and our cost center level. Okay, so this thing is gonna help them to understand this guy have a good knowledge about it. Then there is OBS, organizational breakdown structure, organogram, your reporting hierarchy, your organizational management, all those people who are present in your management team, and how they are responsible to report their higher ups and juniors, that will be linked with a certain hierarchy, right? So if I can share with you with the help of Primavera P6, it will be given here under enterprises. This is OBS, right? So it will be shown like this way. Okay, so that's how OBS. What is EPS? Enterprise project structure. Like in Primavera P6, it is obvious thing that Primavera P6 is gonna offer you too many projects in corporation. See, so this is EPS window, enterprise project structure. So it is very beautiful thing about Primavera P6 to offer you to create different kind of departments, enterprise project structures, energy, renewable energy, engineering and construction, right? So that you can place different kind of projects which belongs to engineering and construction. So EPS is actually offering you to create different kind of folders within Primavera P6 or different kind of departments within Primavera P6, so that you can place there, all your projects, right? So then a very important question they are going to ask you, that what are important documents you need to acquire before starting your project planning and scheduling. It's very important thing. So before entering into your project scheduling or planning, you need project contract documents. Within those project contract documents, you will find tender documents. Within those tender documents, you will find your somehow level 2 scheduling of your projects, your deliverable list, your project starting dates, your project finishing dates, your project contractual milestones, your project BOQs, your project procurement milestones, and your project reporting templates, right? And somehow drawings are there. So with the help of these all documentations, you can start your project planning and control. Then there is a question, what is the difference between planning and scheduling? How much you are passionate, that question is going to answer by itself. Planning is actually the whole scenario, decision making, from decision making to launch your project, to define your strategy, to arrange your resources, right? Each and everything is covering under planning. Scheduling is one component of planning, right? Scheduling is actually to define your task. Scheduling is to define the certain timelines for that task. Scheduling is to define those dependencies. Let me share with you Primavera P6 dashboard. So this is actually the scheduling which I'm going to share with you. Here is the project. Whatever I'm going to do on this software, majority is scheduling. Like this submission will be started on this date. I have divided this pipe drawing into these two categories, then construction into this division of construction foundation into these activities is part of scheduling. Then allocation of 40 days, 6 days, 15 days, 1 day, 14 days, this is also part of scheduling. Then highlighting the dependency is also part of scheduling. Defining critical path method is also part of scheduling. But who is going to define this strategy? Who is going to dictate the decisions? What will be the strategy? The critical path method will be like this way or another alternative way. That is the bigger spectrum, that is planning. To make other things, resource requirement plans, when project is going to end up, what will be the cash flows, right? That will be planning. That is a bigger board. But scheduling is one component out of that plan. Then there will be a question, project schedule levels. So I personally, there are many answers to this question, but the genuine one, the professional one, there are 4 project schedules genuinely. The first one is level 1 schedule, which is your project summary, which will be presented at feasibility level, at very initial level when your project was proposed. The second level is tender schedule, when the project is on bidding stage. Then client is going to present that schedule to commit with the contractor that is how I want this project to be delivered. Then when you are going to start planning from the contractor side, the contractor is going to start planning scheduling in the detailed way from WBS to the activities level. So that would be called as level 3 schedule. But when this contractor is going to add further resources into this level 3 schedule, which is already optimized with critical path method, adding up the resources is going to make it level 4 schedule. Then there is a question, what are project WBS levels? So WBS levels can be, depending on the project nature, the difference between project schedule level and WBS level. Project schedule level is providing you the strategy limitation. WBS level is something else. It is depending on the project nature. It can be level 4, level 5, level 6, level 7. It can be anything. Like if I'm going to share with you, so these are the WBS level. See, let me share with you into the project WBS. See, this is, I can further break it down from foundational drawing into other ones, right? So this is my WBS level. Then what is baseline? Baseline is final planning document, which is completely done by planning engineer, right? All your data is loaded within Primavera P6. All that data will be given all those, planning and scheduling oriented assumptions, all those best practices like time management, cost is loaded, relationships are given, your project critical path method is defined, resources are loaded, S curves are generated, everything is there. So now the final document which you are going to submit to the client for approval, that as per this document you are going to execute your project, that is called baseline. So what is project document approval cycle? Like there are many documents. In the meanwhile you are going to look forward, like HSE documents, construction methodology, project scheduling. There are many documents. So what are the steps as a planning engineer you are looking forward? This is very common question they are going to ask you. So the first thing is, the started, the document is started, then drafting, then internal review, your team is going to review that one, then client is going to review, like ICR, issue for client review, then approval. So these are the steps which you have to go through for documentation approval. What is project drawing approval procedure or cycle? First of all, internal review. Once drawing is ready, your own team is going to review the errors or any shortcomings. The second step, IDC, interdisciplinary check. Your other departments, like the structural drawing is ready, your own civil engineer, AutoCAD operators are going to review them. After that, you are going to float them, or you are going to hand over to the mechanical engineers, electrical engineers within that project to eliminate the confusions or conflicts, right? So they must also give their endorsement. Third step, first submission, then second submission, then approval, and then IFC. So write down these steps carefully. These are being asked in job interview. And if you are interested to get project planning control training with Primavera P6 and Gulf region based process, my trainings are there. You can enroll in those trainings and you can get yourself on that edge to get hired as a planning engineer. What is project contract document? Actually, contract is a legal document or legal binding between stakeholders or between different project parties. Within this contract document, there are different kind of responsibilities, obligations, informations, guide is given there, right? Like when project is going to start, when it is going to end up, what are the contractual milestones and all that, right? I have explained already that this document will be needed at the first priority when you are going to start your planning and scheduling. So there are certain abbreviations a planning engineer need to understand. First of all, ITT, invitation to tender or invitation to bid. So it is a project major milestone in which client is going to award that project to one of the contractor party, right? So ITT stands for invitation to tender or invitation to bid. IFC, issue for construction. This is the status of the drawing. When that drawing is ready to go, as per that drawing, you can start the construction. TBE or TDC, technical bid evaluation or technical data clarification. In job interviews, they might ask you this thing. This is out of procurement. When you are going to buy some services or you are going to ask some material requisitions, many suppliers are going to approach you that we are going to give you these services. Then out of their many multiple suppliers, your team is going to evaluate them. So that technical bid evaluation or technical data clarification. LLI, long lead items. In procurement, there are certain items which are readily available over the span of 1 week, and there are certain items which are not available like readily. They need to get manufactured as per the designer specifications, like your turbines, your pumps. So those come under long lead items. FAT, it's not oil, it's factory acceptance test. Like once that long lead item is manufactured in the factory, your representative is going to travel, visit that factory where that item is ready to ship, but your representative is going to inspect that item thoroughly if it is workable as per your specifications before shipment, right? So that is called FAT or inspection, factory acceptance test. NDT, non-destructive testing. When you are into the fabrication, there is welding. So after every welding, you have to conduct NDT, non-destructive testing. FDT, field density testing, like building construction projects, like road construction projects. There are backfillings, there are compactions or levelings. After every leveling, they need to conduct this testing, that is that okay, work is verified or not. NTP, notice to proceed. When this letter is given to the contractor from client side, so contractor need to mobilize on site area. So then there are certain things I'm going to share with you as per the contract document FIDIC clauses. Like what are the FIDIC is a contractual authority which have best practices, which is organized or composed as per construction laws, which through which you can collect all those clauses and all that, which is going to be part of your project contract document. So you should understand famous planning scheduling clauses. So there are certain questions relevant to the project contract or FIDIC clauses. So job interviewer might ask you what is project schedule commencement FIDIC clause. So that is 8.1. Under 8.1, your commencement clause is given there. You can go right now in red book FIDIC variant and you can see under 8.1 it is written project schedule commencement clause. Then there is second question, what is project schedule completion clause under FIDIC red book, that is 8.2. Then what is project schedule submission clause as per red book FIDIC variant, right? So that is 8.3. And at the end you should understand what are the project submission documents when you are going to submit that baseline. It is not only Primavera P6 schedule, there are certain things you should carry with yourself, like a correspondence letter in which it is composed as per the industry parameter. You are going to give the contractual references, you are going to give them a structural, you are going to comply with the template, right? That what you are going to submit, that is called correspondence letter. Then there is a narrative report, then project schedule in PDF, then there are S curves, cash flows, resource requirement plans, manpower histograms, machinery histograms, material requirement plans. XZR file should be emailed to your client or consultant. So this complete package is called planning package. So I hope by the end of this video you will be able to understand how a planning engineer need to conquer or need to expert yourself in this domain, because these are the maximum questions I have covered in this video. And please write down in the chat box area about your discipline, about your current position in engineering sector, and about the value of this video. But at the end I'm going to give you a bonus, right up there you can find a link in which I have given complete understanding free course of Primavera P6. There are multiple links. You can see oil and gas Primavera P6 learning, shutdown Primavera P6 learning, construction management Primavera P6 learning, and this is job interview preparation, right? So please give me the value in the comment section area. And before signing off this video, I would share one more important last question. This is not over yet. Salary negotiation. This is very important thing where a lot of engineers are gonna stuck there. They are going to ask you, if they are going to feel like, okay, this is gonna be a successful thing, converting your job interview to the offer letter, they might ask you, for sure they are going to ask you, what are your salary expectations? So I'm going to share with you, always make a exercise before getting into the job interview. You have to ask by your surrounding, the people who are already working as a planning engineer in this capacity. Are they your seniors? Are they on the LinkedIn? You might talk to them that what is salary range in this job role. So I will give you my personal opinion. If you are going to crack your junior planning engineer opportunity with 2 years of experience or 1 years of experience, if you are only fresh graduate and you have 6 months or 1 year experience in your country, so in Gulf region it is acceptable. It is your right to claim for 5,000 dirhams or riyal. Or if you are going to apply in Europe or in Canada, in US, it is like $2,000 is reasonable. But if you are a person who is going to transform the job career, like you have already 4 years of experience, but you are thinking by yourself at this moment, you have just taken that certification training, right? For which I have invited you as well. And I'm again inviting you to write in the comment section area. My team is going to approach you. But so for that engineer who is having more than 2 years of experience, that guy on the basis of this training, like project planning control, Primavera P6 can claim more than 6,000 and in between 7,000 dirhams, because your job interview is going to decide your salary. Once you are going to settle your salary within job interview, that is final. Maybe company is going to give you the promise that we are going to give you increment after 3 months, 6 months. Those are false promises as per real industry scenario. Once you are going to settle in job interview, that is there for 1 year or 2 years. So please write in the comment section area. See you in my next video.